The scene then shifts to the opening of a new store at the Rhodes Guard Academy. Mitsumi is walking in the town of Opet with a tall man with red hair named Shiki. While they are on their way, they talk about the city and the need to be cautious enough, as if they don't, they might find themselves involved in a big battle. Shiki then informs Mitsumi that he will find a room to rest in and offers him a meal. Mitsumi agrees, expressing his desire to eat. Next, the scene transitions to the blue-haired girl named Tomai, talking with Mio about cooking and food. It seems they cooked something unpleasant, and we see a man lying on the table unable to move. Mio and Tomai argue about who prepared the food, and an old man struggles to eat the green dish again but can't move. The scene shifts to Makoto at the restaurant, where customers ask him about his face. Makoto explains that he has been cursed by demons before and reveals that the dish called Intelligent Slime is delicious and in high demand. He mentions that he caught many of them and presented them to the guild. The restaurant owner is delighted and asks Makoto to catch more for him. Makoto explains that he is registered with the guild but primarily works as a merchant and is on his way to Rhodes Guard, a long journey. The scene then moves outside, where Makoto walks through the city, and people are surprised by his strange appearance, questioning whether he is of mixed human descent or cursed. Then we see Makoto, very sad and contemplating wearing a mask so that people won't look at him in that way again. Makoto enters the guild to register, and when the receptionist looks at his card, he questions how he completed a mission of a special rank while being at level 1. When everyone around hears that he's still at level 1, they are shocked because he is considered very weak. We then see him standing in front of the quest board, where he finds a slime hunting quest of rank Slime B, which he cannot take since he is at rank E. At this time, he hears a girl screaming in front of people, saying that the moon above the shattered castle is under attack. Makoto doesn't understand this immediately, but the girl clarifies that she is ready to offer a reward. However, everyone here refuses to do anything or offer assistance. The receptionist responds that no one can do anything immediately because there are wild monsters with more than 100 members, and they lack sufficient forces. She should wait until next month, and then they should be prepared. The girl cries because no one wants to help her. Then, 2 boys come to mock her, saying she won't be able to do anything without adventurers accompanying her. She shouts at them to leave her alone, knowing that there are many like them, and they treat all humans with cruelty. When Makoto hears this, he remembers his past experiences and the mistreatment he faced. We then see the girl again, and one of the men tries to approach her, saying they will consider her request if she pays a special fee. The girl leaves them and stands in front of Makoto, urging him to move and do something. Makoto doesn't respond, and the girl, frustrated, goes on her way angrily. After that, Makoto leaves the guild to wander through the streets, thinking to himself that he shouldn't have paid a full gold coin. He senses something strange happening in the area and releases his magic. He discovers that 3 men from the bar are following him, and 4 others have left the guild. Soon, he realizes that the men from the guild are holding the same girl who was screaming at them, and they are trying to beat a young boy named Ito. Without hesitation, Makoto intervenes, striking all the highwaymen in the area. The short-haired girl is overjoyed that someone was able to save them. Makoto approaches her, and using gestures, he asks to treat her friend Ito. She tells him that despite his appearance, he is what she needs. Makoto proceeds to heal Ito's wounds, showcasing immense and amazing power that his leader gave him. He then learns that the girl's name is Luna from the village of Taba, and the one with her is Ito, the werewolf. Makoto is surprised because he used to think that werewolves had various shapes and sizes. He helps Luna by carrying Ito on his back, and they discuss the moon attack over the shattered castle. Luna had to wait for any group to come and help them overthrow the attackers. She reveals the tragic story of their village, how the strongest fighter, Barkley, was tortured to death, his wife was killed, and the rest of the village was slaughtered. The attackers looted everything, and now Taba is no more. At this moment, Ito wakes up, and Luna calls him to check on him. She asks if the guild will help them, but Ito sadly says they've never helped before. Makoto reflects on how he has become accustomed to death, having killed people with his own hands, which was not normal in his previous world. He thought he had accepted it as normal in this ice sky. Then, Makoto falls silent for a moment and asks Luna about the location of their village because he intends to accompany them there. Luna responds that their village is near those mountains, which would take a long time to reach. Makoto doesn't seem to care about this and proceeds to carry them on his shoulders, flying them to their destination. During the flight, Luna, Ito, and the others express fear and amazement. Luna questions Makoto's identity, finding it impossible for his story to be true. Finally, they arrive at the village, and Mitsumi comments that it's smaller than he expected. Luna thanks him for helping and mentions that she will go ahead and explain the situation to the villagers. Mitsumi then talks to Ito, asking why he didn't enter the village. Ito is surprised and asks if Mitsumi can speak the language of the werewolves. Mitsumi responds that the common language is the only one he can speak and questions if Ito is from that village. Ito explains that his village is in the forest, and Luna and some others are friendly, but most people don't welcome half-humans in the Hayoma village. Mitsumi agrees but says they can't worry about it now. Ito is shocked and asks if Mitsumi's sense of smell is keen enough to know what's happening in the village. Mitsumi confirms that he can smell the scent of blood, not from 1 or 2 people, but likely due to the moon over the shattered castle making an example of some villagers. Ito asks him again, "Who are you?" Mitsumi responds that he's told them he's an adventurer and trader, wanting to say something else but refrains. Later, Mitsumi regrets sounding harsh and tells Ito that if he wants to be with Luna, he should protect her. He then notices Kai investigating and realizes that they are close. He leaves Ito and goes off to stroll in the mountains, and Ito warns him that it's suicidal. Mitsumi is surprised, and Ito questions if he knows what's in the mountains. Mitsumi responds that there are also things in the mountains and asks if Ito did this for them. Ito is taken aback, and Mitsumi, with a hint of regret, says that the moon over the shattered castle is the name of a song he liked from his previous world. He expresses disapproval of using highwaymen for such purposes and reveals that there are half-humans working in his trading company. He suggests that if they come to Taba village or Ito's village, he should invite them for a delicious meal. Then the scene shifts to Mayo, who thought she had chosen the best meat and vegetables. Monsters and people are seen lying on the ground due to the food they consumed. The pig exclaims, "I expected this to happen, so I brought some medicine with me." Mayo is surprised by what she sees, and Mamori tells her that she must be joking. Komori is then asked about the menu for the day, and she mentions salted chicken skewers and fish sway. Mayo comments on the toxicity of potato eyes used in soup, and the boy eats the food but doesn't like the taste, saying the vegetables felt like they were cutting inside his mouth. Akiha mentions deadly herbs and monsters using them to cut their prey, but they can't eat them. Mayo realizes that preparing monster meat requires special skills. The pig introduces Hephaestos oil, a rare lubricating oil, stunning the girls as it's meant for industrial use. Tomo tells Mayo that good ingredients don't guarantee a delicious cooked meal, as tastes vary. Agars prefers raw food, Lady prefers salty dishes, and they all agree on bananas. Mayo is shocked and believes that cooking is too complicated. Tomo advises her to cook to please the little lord's taste, suggesting asking Lime's opinion since he's a human. Aoi states that it would be a burden for Lime alone, and in times of trouble, strong solutions emerge. Tomo proposes the idea of Mayo traveling around the world to explore the secrets of cooking and diverse ingredients. Everyone is delighted with the idea, and Mayo expresses her gratitude. In the evening, the group gathers, and their leader asks what the villagers are doing. One responds that they are collecting money, and another suggests they must submit to him quickly. Each member contemplates how many they can kill today to spread chaos. At that moment, our hero, Makoto, appears wearing his mask again, surprising them as they didn't expect him to put it back on. He activates the power of the silent Kai, preventing any of them from talking, shouting, or hearing any sounds. He starts killing them one by one with arrows, and none of them can speak or scream. Makoto himself reflects, saying, "I said I didn't want to get too involved with the Hayoma, and here I am getting rid of bandits for them. But I decided to follow my heart, even though I'm not confident in what I'm doing." He successfully eliminates most of them except their leader, who says that Makoto didn't intend to kill them but used cursed arrows to incapacitate them. The leader tries to attack Makoto with his sword, but it has no effect. Makoto notices that there is still a group of bandits with their leader. He decides to conceal his arrows, not wanting to waste too many of them, and uses the magical fire ability taught by Ima. Although initially unsure of his mastery over it, he becomes accustomed to it. He launches many of these magical fire projectiles at the remaining group, causing a large explosion that everyone in the village witnesses. The leader of the bandits, realizing the dire situation, requests to spare his life. Makoto informs him that he won't kill him but warns him not to harm the village again. Before leaving, Makoto advises them to pray to the moon above the broken castle once more. After that, he binds them and departs from the scene. The villagers arrive to witness what happened, finding the entire gang tied up with ropes. They are astonished by this sight and realize that the hero is the one who did all this. Lana is overjoyed by this, along with the werewolf who was with her. On the other side, we see Makoto, and Shiki asks him, "Where were you, my young lord?" Makoto informs him that he was outside, handling a simple task. Shiki inquires if he found an inn, to which Makoto responds affirmatively. He can accompany Shiki to that modest inn, but it costs 3 gold coins per night. Makoto mentions that those 3 gold coins equal 30,000 yen, which is quite expensive. Shiki tells Makoto that he has heard that heroes are warmly welcomed by the kingdom of Lamia and the Geradonia Empire. Shiki, being Makoto's follower, cannot allow him to be the only one forced to live in poverty. Makoto reminisces about the queen mentioning finding suitable heroes for her world. He wonders when he will encounter these heroes, perhaps somewhere in this world. And with that, our episode concludes.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.